Welcome, rollers. I'm the Hermit, and I'm bringing you the news that there is a special on artifacts, because our commander today is Sammy Wildcard Captain. For 4 Anaboros, we get a 4/4 legendary human artificer rogue with double strike and vigilance. But also, spells you cast have affinity for artifacts. What that means is, spells we cast cost 1 less for each artifact we control. So what we are going to be trying to do is get to the late game. We're going to be playing early artifacts either for ramp or for card draw, that way they recycle. We keep going through our deck until we have a Wrath or removals for our opponent's creatures, and once we get to enough artifacts on board, we play Sammy and we get a discount for our big stuff. That stuff is gonna be Chandra, Awakened Inferno, Hope's Beacon, Escape Leveler, and the classic Cooking Eye of Storms. This Planeswalker allows us to exile whenever we cast him or whenever we cast another colorless artifact. Portal to Phyrexia, which we will use to try to get our opponent's stuff from the graveyard onto the battlefield. We also have a couple of X spells. We have the double X creatures with Hangarback Walker, Marketback Walker. Hangarback makes 1/1 when it dies, and Marketback draws us cards. We also have Cracklewood Power. This one costs triple X, but it deals 5 times X to chop up to X targets. So we usually just care about one target, that being our opponent. If we manage to get enough discount, then this is gonna be our lethal spell. We also have Spiteful Banditry. We can pay X and deal X damage to each creature. We usually, if we get the discount from Affinity, we try to make it so Sammy survives and most of our opponent's creatures dies. That way we also get a token whenever a creature or opponent control dies, but only once each turn. That's the deck. Some of our notable mana rocks or artifacts are Oblivion Ring effect in Perilous Snare, card draw, well, discard and draw with Brass Tunnel Grinder and Melded Moxite. Ramp like Celestus, Skyclave Relic, Guardian Idol, Mindstone, and even File of Galadriel. If we are low on cards, then this allows to draw an extra card whenever we draw empty-handed. And of course, since we're gonna be playing artifacts for really cheap or for free, we have Aetherflux Reservoir, which combos with Paradox Engine, Mystic Forge, and or the One Ring. So that's the deck. Now let's get into the queue and show our opponents our coupons for artifacts. Now Age of Eternity seems to have one of its focus being on artifacts, and I think there were many possible decks I was building around this color pair, mainly because of Dragost. So I saw a couple of ways to build Dragost, and I decided to make the one where we play mana rocks into this deck we are playing right here with Sammy. Okay, and we are against Ugin himself. So they are probably gonna outramp us. But on the plus side, we have plenty of colorless cards, so we're not gonna be as afraid of them. Also, another addition I made to the deck is I played the cycling cards, because once we get Sammy, we might run out of cards, and cycling the lands allow us to have more options for later. It's okay. Next turn we're gonna be able to play Fabrication Foundry into Solar Transformer. Opponent has a discount for their colorless We cost 6. Yeah, I guess we don't really like the fact that we're gonna lose the fabrication foundry, but it does have a downside that it only allows us to add mana for artifacts and abilities from artifact sources. So Hugin is coming down next turn. Opponent plays Thought Notes here. Let's see what they take. If they take Chandra, we play Witch Enchanter, and vice versa. Alright, I forgot. I just mentioned it, we can only use the Foundry for artifact sources. We are now at the affinity. And it seems like opponent is stumbling on mana, so getting Chandra down, killing both of their creatures. That might be the way to force them to concede. Spectrum Sentinel, that doesn't... That, I mean, the only reason they're playing it is because it's a cheap colorless spell, which would trigger Hugin and exile something. Or also maybe they play it against aggro, because it gains life. Here, yeah, we play Chandra, we kill it. -5, exile both of these Eldrazi.
Well, someone had to save the day.
Draw a card, and you have less mana. You're further away from Hugin.
You're toast.
Next turn, we're gonna try to empty our hand. We play Sammy, then we play Ornithopter, Golden Egg, see if we draw another artifact, and then it's gonna be, I think, 3 or maybe 4. Oh, another neat thing we are doing is we have artifact lands, so that also makes more affinity while also just playing the game regularly. We are at 5, this would be 6. But can only use 6 equals 3, I think. No, 4. Opponent maybe has Kozilek's command, I think. Or maybe they are thinking about... Okay, no, it was command. Fortunately, that exiles based on mana value, so we lose our Walker, we don't get anything in return. Opponent is at Hugin mana now, but I think we have a good start. Let's see if we can get something with Hormone Monastery. Okay. Until the end of your next turn. I guess that's not actually that bad. We're gonna attack just so we can get our speed up. And when our opponent plays... Oh, that has protection for multicolor. When our opponent plays Hugin, we're just gonna search. Let's see if they sacrifice this. They do, so we're gonna search here. Need removal for the Sentinel, I think.
Our goals align, so you have
Or Power Stone.
for your efforts. I grant you.
And as you can see, we are at the point where we would cycle the lands. Okay, here. This land is a clue, we're gonna sacrifice it. Restoration magic, actually not what we needed. But I guess it allows us to live for another turn. Or does it? We're gonna sacrifice the golden egg. No, it doesn't. Or maybe it does. Okay. One. This would be another. Okay. Oh, we also have Ornithopter, so let's see if we have our win next turn or if it's opponent's game, I think. This, we'll turn to this, and this, turn to this.
I will be
In Talisman,
this.
okay.
Knowledge is a virtue.
Wonders Enclave. And let's see if this is our last ditch effort. And it seems like we didn't make it, so good game, Sugin. Good game. So an unfortunate game, and at least we managed to not get anything exiled by Ugin, but by having protection we didn't have our card draw, and obviously we didn't have any of our payoffs. And that's why that's the reason why they ended up winning. Tough luck against Laughing Jasper Flint. So we have enough mana for Sunfall. I mean, enough colors. We just need one more mana because we're gonna be able to play Core Steelheart, Key to the Archive. White. And I think depending on what we get with the key, we're gonna discard Tunnel Grinder. Or maybe we keep it so that we can cycle for just one. Opponent has Dreams of Steel and Oil, so they take the Archive. Here we're gonna send Elliot's Intervention, and we'll hold on to Crackle with Power. Shadow Spear. So we are one mana away from Sammy, but if we go that route, then we won't have anything to follow up with. Instead, here we draw our untap land, our mountain, so we can Sunfall. We get 2 creatures. One has a Mind Stone. And they thought this. They take Crackle. Here we should attack. Whip. And yeah, they can remove it. I mean, the priority there is for Mind Stop, but if they were to remove our token, we're not that angry. Here is Jasper. Afraid we must do this. Gonna draw just 1 card. Maybe I need to be patient with that. Okay, opponent also gets a land from us. And we don't have any utility lands. Okay, they kill our commander. We're probably gonna recast it. Sammy boy, something good. Wrath of God. Right, that's not it. And yeah, obviously having the backup plan of having a 4/4 double strike vigilance, it's not a bad place to be in. But it's definitely not as good as having good stuff. Having our big splashy artifacts and spells. The devil, so they remove it. They sacrifice their Mind Stone. Black market connections. We get Palantir for Thank. That is a good one. See what we get. Chandra and instant ramen. If they mill, they're gonna take 7. They're gonna go to 7. So they let us draw. Of course. Maybe I needed to order it the other way. No, okay, they got the instant ramen, so we're okay with them playing it. And they make a mercenary here. And yeah, that lets them gain life back. And they get Captain Lannery Storm. Servant of the Stinger. So they are at 11, but they don't have any more plays here. Here, I think we play Chandra, we play this Refractor, and Wrath of God.
You wanna go, tough guy?
Opponent has priority here, so they can sacrifice and give Lannery Storm a +1/+0. And so let's go to combat. Okay, they trade. And before they steal from us again, we're just gonna Wrath. And you can see we're getting a lot of lands here, even though this is only a 36 land deck. That's why I put the lands that can sacrifice, the lands that can cycle, and even utility lands that draws cards. Day of Judgment, and to the bottom. Mightstone and Withstone, that's gonna be... If we can get Sammy, then that's gonna be free, I think. Draw a card, lose 2 life, they're at 8. Oh, 5. Okay, they have potentially 8 if they sacrifice the ramen. Here we go.
Oh, today's my lucky day.
Sammy. We're gonna throw 2. They kill a commander in response. Command zone. Let's kill their commander then. And now with Energy Reflector, we can actually use 1 mana from the Mightstone to make 1 generic mana, 1 mana of any color. It's gonna keep drawing us cards, and that's boots like that. Draw spare from opponent. We're gonna exile it in response. We just needed to do it before end step. Ooh, that is bad for us. Here. Can we do this? We can't. So what do we want to do? Then
Yup, you're going down.
cast Sammy. And then we'll equip. Sweltering Suns is a good one. Do we wanna keep it? Yeah, I think so. If they have enough blockers, we're just gonna Sweltering Suns. And Sammy has double strike and trample. So I think this is a win for us.
Hey, watch it.
Ooh, even just like that, let's go to combat. Attack. And opponent concedes. Okay. Yep, good game. Because I guess we are laughing now. And since we laugh, we got the last laugh. What's the same? Ren and Realmbreaker. That's also not that popular, but I'm interested in seeing how they play this deck. Maybe they are also self-milled deck. But one thing is sure, we want some way to interact with Ren. Okay, this is not great hand. But I think we can hope our Smithy as well as the Reservoir are what makes us not regret this skip. If they get Ren here, yeah, then we're gonna be in trouble. Unless they minus. You get an emblem, the ultimate says you may play lands and cast permanents from your graveyard.
Please, buy us more time.
It's scary. So what else are you playing, opponent? Are you trying to turbo this ultimate? Which, to be fair, is decent enough.
My voice beckons to
I think
all
if we
the
manage
gods.
to get Spiteful Banditry, get something with Spiteful Banditry, that might be. But Treasure. I'm afraid we're gonna be. Well, we're gonna be letting Ren ultimate. But so far they don't have that much going on in their graveyard, so other than replaying Ren, we shouldn't be too concerned. I guess if Evolving Wilds means they're gonna be playing a land each turn. And they proliferate, they get their emblem. So let's see at least what
My senses blossom with
they are able to
eternity.
pull off here. Haywire Might. Yeah, that can kill the Blade or the Refractor. Okay, actually, I think we want to concede here because they're gonna be able to replay the Might and essentially exile all of our non-creature artifacts. So, good game. Let's concede here. Yeah, recurring Haywire Might was actually a nail in our coffin. Good games, Ren. Yeah, if they didn't have that, we would still be in it, but the fact that it sacrifices in order to destroy it means they can replay it, and replay it, and replay it. So I guess we needed to look for removal for Ren, or at least removal for a turn 1 mana dork. They had Gilded Goose, but we just should have assumed they could have either one of them. Native Heart of the Storm. If I'm not mistaken, they're gonna be an aggro deck, but in particular, they're gonna be playing hasty creatures. So here we're gonna keep because we have Celestus and Obelisk, which will eventually get us a big Spiteful Banditry. Let's play Scene of the Crime. And we can either play Perilous Snare to get... Okay, let's get the Celestus then. Next turn we're gonna be able to play the Obelisk as well as the Snare. Opponent is also playing a lot of artifacts. That does not make me feel comfortable. Let's get these boots. And let's see what opponent has here. Okay, they play Nerib. And what else? Seems like they are keeping up removal. So we will play Chandra, and Perol Lusner get their commander
I knew you needed my help. This will be easy.
trapped. And this is an exile, so even if they were to have a 1 mana spell that brings their creature when it dies, then okay, they have removal for an artifact. Or maybe they have them in their deck if they don't have it right here in their hand. That also makes sense. We have a 6 mana discount with Sammy now. And yeah, the only okay. The only balance so far against Sammy is the fact that it's a Boros commander. If it had any hint of red or of green or blue, then it would be an entirely different story. And they're gonna kill Chandra here.
Well, that was a disaster.
That kind of sucks, but what are we gonna do? Tap land, and we can use this for 5. I think we're gonna be trying to get that adult Gold Dragon for ourselves next turn. Well, the turn after that we're gonna play. The next turn we're gonna play Sammy into Portal, and then we're gonna get their dragon. Just for us. I think we should equip here then. We're not gonna have that many chances later. And we're just gonna hope we don't get hit in the face for a lot. I guess if our opponent plays a Wrath or an Edit effect, then we're just gonna be okay. Get it paid off a little bit. We will get 2 creatures instead of 1 with our portal. We're gonna take 8. Fair. That's a fair amount of damage. And we will play portal here. We're gonna use you and you. And I think we're gonna sacrifice the obelisk in order to get a big mana artifact. Opponent might be conceding here. Or maybe they have a reanimation spell, so they are wondering what to do with their commander. Escape Leveler. Let's destroy the idol. And okay, opponent concedes. We have a decent control of the board, and with the Leveler as well as our protection spell, then they're not gonna be able to stop us from stealing their graveyard. So yeah, those are kind of the good matchups, the better draws for our deck, except obviously the insane draw where we actually managed to pull the combo. Either Flux Reservoir with Paradox Engine, and Awake to cast from our top, or even the One Ring. Here. What should we do here? Okay, we can actually... Okay. We cannot use Sin of the Crime for colored mana just yet. But if we manage to get one white, we can use our wall with our wall token. Here. We get Guardian Idol, opponents playing Glorious of the Redeemed End, so they're gonna have cheap creatures. And they're gonna be aggressive, so Tiny Bones, Celestial Core. Let's see. Play our Tome of Legends. And we need white mana here. If we draw a Plains, we can play the Talent and Palantir. But since they have Inquisition, they're gonna take one of them. Yeah, they can cast it, or at least they can target it for the Tiny Bones ability, but they cannot cast it. What to do here? Let's get Reservoir. Attack Nomas and they get Orcish Bowmasters. But again, this is the nerf version, so they only get if we draw, which we will only do later in the game when we have counters on Tome of Legend. And they're gonna get our Palantir here. That one is gonna stink. We're gonna lose life. Here, let's get the talent. We're gonna gain a life. Animate. Okay, pass for now. And the reason we have the talent is because it can get back eventually one of our artifacts or even planeswalkers from the graveyard back into the field, as well as giving us a chump blocker in this case. Which is Vanity, and that's a good one to get back with Lorus. Here we're not gonna block, take 3. And we kinda need something to go off here. Otherwise, I think we just Sunfall. Okay. Pendragon Siege. Yeah, that's gonna be shrinking our stuff. But it goes away when we have no creatures, so. Life +2, okay. It's white mana. Shadow Masters, not that scary. I think this is gonna be the last time we take damage from Palantir. So let's mill some lands to make it count. This kills mana value, so that's gonna take our Smithy if we play it. Ooh, but they play it beforehand. So we need to win one way or another here. Okay. Yeah, we're losing that life. Right. And let's take another damage here. For a land. Okay. Place a stone. And if this is removal, I think we are losing this game. Emperor of Bones. We're not too afraid of that. Okay, they wait. Annoying, but not fatal. Palantir. Will we risk it? Okay, let's risk it. It's just 4. Here we're gonna draw a couple of more cards thanks to the Tome of Legends paired together with the File of Galadriel. Okay, if opponent blocks with their army, then we're gonna draw in response. That way their army becomes a 4/4 and we kill it. 2 lands. That's bad for us. Let's sacrifice Scene of the Crime then. Okay. The shuffler is officially rigged, and the reason this is especially bad is because we cannot dump them in order to get more draws from the file. So yeah, that is bad for us. The only reason we haven't conceded yet is because our opponent still hasn't shown us a way they're gonna win against us. But as soon as they have a decent enough board, or even just a good finisher, a good win con, then we're just gonna go to the next game. Okay. Let's see what they take. The 10-10. Fair. Play Skrell. As their Lurus play. And they have a Yuka Bog. You usually don't want to exile your own graveyard opponent. Obviously, they don't. $79 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lands. Almost half lands. Oh, actually half lands because our commander doesn't count. It was in the command zone. And here I think we're gonna finally let our opponent start drawing with Palantir. Oh, it's a removal for Sammy. Oh, removal for Reservoir. Okay, it could also get Sammy. This, okay, yeah, that doesn't do that. And let's give it another turn. I guess I kind of missed that because I needed to try to draw with the Tom. Your Triumph. So let's see if our deck gives us something great. Here we just need to tank the damage. We are almost dead, but not quite. Yeah, but that's color opponent. Scrap only gives protection from a color, so we had a colorless card, which means we get to block your Loros. Okay, they bring it back. That makes sense. They get to another recast. And you could have went for dead weight. Opponent draws a card. Another land. And yet another land. Good game. That's am I right? I guess we could still live for another tour, but I think that was very unlikely. They didn't have technically lethal, and we had Giganjo, but yeah, I didn't see a way out. Especially, and I got salty from doing all of those lands. And now I just stay at 2 lands for the majority of the game. Although I guess if we're stuck, it's gonna be a short game against Kuya. They get their wizards out, and then they get to deal damage to us. Totsis gonna take farewell, I think, or also maybe the key. Okay. We draw Day of Judgment. Signet from opponent. And green Lavamancer. With this card, I think we discard Chandra. Lay down arms, it's gonna be dealing with a 1 mana value. So maybe the Lavamancer. Although I guess we're gonna be playing Day of Judgment. So what am I even saying? No, yeah, well, I guess we take the Lavamancer. We play the Relic, exile Lavamancer, that makes our opponent think we want to... we'll see if they already saw our farewell, so... Maybe they play around it, maybe not. Harmonic Prodigy, that seems like they won't, unless they have another Fan Disruption. And we get Sunfall, so let's use Sunfall instead, just in case they had a way to protect Kuya. Okay, they don't, they just deal a bunch of damage to us. And by a bunch, I really mean too much. If they had Lightning Bolt, that was... They had the potential for lethal, but we were saved. Play Kuya. We play Day of Judgment. It seems they are done with us. Okay, Good game, Kuya, I guess. We will still need another land, either for Farewell or for Sammy into the Flux. Opponent plays Barak market connections. Let's kill their connections. And yeah, right now Farewell is dealing psychic damage to our opponent more than anything. Just the looming threat of okay. They see the reservoir, they see our obelisk, and they concede. Did we have fun? A little bit, yeah. I mean, it felt definitely more fun than playing against Landfall, so I will take that any day. Yeah, I guess right now, right now, whenever I'm trying out decks, as long as I hit the sweet spot where I am no longer paired against landfalls or ramp decks over and over again, I think that's a good point to start recording. I think that's a good point for the deck, and obviously that's what you said, having fun against the Jolly Balloon Man. Okay, let's get it. Cold Steel Heart on white. I guess maybe need to be red in case we lost Darky. To the archive. If we draw a non-tap land, we're gonna... Oh. Time Warp or Approach. I think we might like Approach better. Yeah, let's take Approach. See if we can get a win with it. Send Farewell away. During Innocence. Brutal Cathar. Okay, and decline. Johnny.
What a beautiful day, brother.
And let's ruin our opponent's day. Approach of the second sun. So we are 6 draws away. 7, technically. So let's see. Portal to Phyrexia. And opponent concedes. So yeah, we had 2 incons. not too shabby, and I think we can either get Ajani, but remember when Ajani transforms, it comes back under its owner's control. So maybe the Brutal Cathar for whatever creature they played, or even just Thalia. I like Thalia. So, good game. I guess we were jollier than the Balloon Man. And also, speaking of the sweet spot, it's good to note that since we're not getting match against Landfall, we're also not getting match against many Strip Mines. So I'm really happy about that. That's one of the reasons to keep going. Oop, and not just as I say that, we are paired against PP. Let's take a mulligan, have ramp, protection, and removal for BB. Fragment Reality is gonna give them a creature, but it's gonna be a 2-mana or less. Maybe Harmonic Prodigy could be the worst one. But still, it's worth killing BB. Well, technically exiling, but getting rid of him, I mean. Of them. And opponent maybe left the queue and went for a snack. Maybe they were deciding what to keep. Another artifact. We are at 1, 2, 3, 4. An opponent may have mana drain here. Unfortunate, but what are we gonna do about it? Insignet. Ah. Maybe that's good enough for Fragment. And again we are flooding. But at least we knew our commander was gonna resolve. Now because they are blue-red, they need to have an aura that kills it, otherwise we're gonna be making our commander huge. And they got BB with, sorry, not only huge but also protection, hexproof from monocolor. Gemstone Caverns, because of course we need another land. The Celestus. Okay. Let's make it into day. Or sorry, into night. And I guess since we're recurring to attacking with our commander, we could also play the lands that make a creature unblockable. One gets the One Ring, of course. Steel Heart. Draw a card. Go to combat. Okay, opponent. Right, it was bait. Here we should So if they attack with PB, we're just gonna block with the Walker. Okay, they have Sync, which allows them to target our commander. Mana drain on the 1-mana card. So couple, we draw Mystic Forge. Okay. Gain Signet. Should we Wrath here? Maybe. And if they have a counter spell, I think we lose here. Okay, seems like they don't. And we have lethal. So let's see how our opponent deals with our board. Also, well, they're gonna get PB with 3 counters because of the One Ring. But maybe that's not enough. An extra turn. Okay. That means you're gonna go to 1 life. They need a bounce for their One Ring. And right now they are locked out of Fiery Islet. For mana purposes at least. Chase the Mind Sculptor. Yeah, that allows them to see even more cards. And they use their life to pay for an extra turn. So yeah, not the most creative PB, but definitely strong with a couple of extra turns. Still, we managed to pull it off, and obviously they underestimated the power of the One Ring, because when you have extra turns, you're gonna be taking even more damage from the One Ring. Yes, you're gonna be drawing more cards, but also taking more damage. So what will be the final boss here? Goth, okay. Actually, I am scared right out of the gate of Goth. Not only does he take Planeswalker removal, but also because they're playing mono red, they might have stuff like Suplex and a braid removal for artifacts in particular. But it seems we are gonna be ramping some. Bergis. I don't like that. They might be a storm if Berg is a good signal here. But they don't have much more setup. So let's see to what extent can they go off here. Okay, Hydron Archive. Can play another spell. In Talisman. So maybe they are paired against us because they are also a Go Infinite with artifacts. Paradox Engine type of deck. Play Sammy. We have no follow. Play Gilded Lotus. We can either play One Ring or Day of Judgment. Let's get to One Ring. And yes, I guess if we would want to lean more into the combo deck, we can also play stuff like Oswald or maybe Gamble so we can throw our pieces, but I think just having this mid-range approach is working.
I'm ready. Mirrodin is our land.
Ragavan from opponent. But not here. Ooh, that's not gonna go the way you want it. Here, let's Day of Judgment. We get a card from the Thought Knot. It's a land. And we will kill Koth.
My resolve never dies.
Golden Egg. So I think we're good for next turn. Can even choose to kill Koth with Chandra.
If you're not with, we have the high
And maybe they have a 5 mana damage for our commander. Or they can also draw with Fountain Port. What will it be, opponent? Tipo. I didn't like that tap at all. Can play this X 2 X4, I think. I mean, with you and you. Then we will. I guess it doesn't matter, but just in case.
Let's make this quick. I've got other things to burn. No pressure.
Chandra is gonna make our opponent take one ring damage even though they are not getting the card draw. And yeah, of course, Koth killing Sammy makes sense.
Here comes the avalanche.
Breaker of Creation. That is a big one. Although Annihilator 2 might be useful again for us if we choose to sacrifice the one ring. Lay down arms, not gonna be doing much. Let's go after Koth, I think. Now we will Witch Enchanter.
Boom! Exploded.
This is it then.
Need to discard 3. It's gonna be Power Depot. Lay down arms. Sweltering Suns. Or maybe just... No, yeah, Sweltering Suns. Opponent chooses to replay Koth, they're not gonna be able to play Palantir as well. And if they play Palantir, we're gonna fragment reality. Okay, and that's the game. Thank you for watching so far, for watching the full video, I think. Man, I guess if you wanna see a particular commander, be sure to leave it in the description, in the comments. And for the ones from Age of Eternities, I will try to get to each and every single one of them, because they are not that many, so we'll have to do that before Spider-Man comes out. In the meantime, hope you enjoyed the content. Remember to subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.